Well, friends, it looks like they're giving us Wayne this morning with D, and I think we have ourselves a kind of ghetto challenge. I like to call it the Ghetto Olympics, where it decide whose life was worse and who had it worse and blah 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 blah. It's like a whole struggle thing, like a struggle Olympics. Let's go.
Really ain't got the silver spoon like.
Silver spoon, like what you? Who, I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out who got a silver spoon.
Nah, I just figured, you got the, silver spoon like, you the money man and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So
I
you
know,
probably
but
don't know how-
it ain't start off like that though. What you trying to say? Like your life different and harder than mine. What you saying?
I mean, it's different. I wouldn't say, who harder than hard. I just know where I'm at with it right now. It's pretty hard out there.
All right. So what happens with a lot of people is that they stay stuck in the position that they're in because literally what happens is when someone else that comes up that has done something that they would want to do, instead of asking them the question, them get very jealous, and what they start to do is start to look at that person with envy. It's a waste of time. It gets you nowhere. So the truth is, D and Wayne kind of have some similar traits because of course Wayne was in the streets at one point in time, selling dope, having the nightclub, doing music just the same, trying to do the same amount of things that D was doing. Maybe never not wasn't going as hard as D, but nonetheless it doesn't matter. He was in the street, so it would be great for D to actually take something from what Wayne is doing and see exactly if he could apply some of that to what he's doing right now.
It's about hard out there in the streets.
Yeah,
Cause I don't know. I probably won't know nothing about the street.
I mean, you probably been too far removed from the
Too far removed. So you know more about the streets than me, basically. What you saying?
I mean, I don't know who know more about the streets. I just know where we at with it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't the type to really be out there in the street doing your thing. Like,
Yeah, I know I ain't the type because I figured out how to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I passed the class.
Yeah.
So it seemed like you still left in the class. So you know what I'm saying? So most people who passed the class got the knowledge. The people in the class still trying to get the knowledge of the street.
I think the people that's in the street got the knowledge.
All right, so again, here we go again. So people move in the street have the knowledge. People move in the street have the knowledge of the street. Whatever it is that the street is giving you, and how much knowledge do you actually have of the street if you're still there, really and truly, do it. To be very, very fair and frank with you, how much knowledge do you actually have? Because the truth is, if you did have all of the knowledge of the streets and you think that there's a way of getting out of the streets, then you would have gotten out of it, which is I think what the point that Wayne is making. Right, you can't say you have knowledge of something. You have this extensive knowledge. This extensive. Let's say just say a research. You can't have all this knowledge and then you can't move. You can't transition from the street to real life. So, I think that's what Wayne is. If D could take this as a message, it would be a good message.
People that pass the class got the knowledge. It's just a little harder for some of us, you know what I'm saying? See, it's different type of street people. You got those that was in the street that was making money, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. We call them hustlers. And then you got street people, the ones that was out there being a little violent and making a little money, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit hard.
So y'all, I think I know more about the streets because I'm just thinking because I passed the class.
Okay.
And I see my potential in myself when I know that the streets was a trap.
I mean,
And what I'm saying, to be honest with you, brother, I see potential in you that you got the potential to get out of the streets.
And that is the most important thing. The most important thing is that there is potential, really and truly, indeed, to get out of the streets. Meaning, if he were to try to apply some of the funds that he has, but find the right people, right, then sure, he could also get out of the streets. By the way, this is a known phenomenon. Think about it. You do know that even governments are in the streets. So this is exactly why this is not really a flex on a lot of our black community part because we think it's a whole flex of us being in the street. Hey, in the street, tough hard. It's not a flex because the truth is you do have politicians in the streets. You do have other people who are in the streets who have themselves connected to street business and find ways and means of washing money, as they would call it in Jamaica, or laundering funds. Then let me use a more proper English term: laundering funds. We call it washing money. In other words, converting it from wherever it's at to something different. If you even go into the music business, because music a lot of times, and I would say to what we've always known, music and say for example drugs has always mixed because some way some of them find a way to wash the money using music. Now, if D would have used some of the knowledge for whatever it's or get someone then that could have assisted him, I think he could have gone further. The problem with D is that D needs some better mentors. D not have the mentor. That is the issue. The problem is that D has no good mentors. The mentors that he's getting are people who are already also in the street. Them then not gonna help him because he's already in the street. So he needs somebody out of the street so he can transition himself out. That's what he needs.
Whatever you got going on, but what I'm saying, like, just because my life is a little different now, that's what I'm saying. I was so good.
Everybody got the journey, man.
Yeah,
Everybody got the journey.
but
I just think it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
There's a brother here. And what I'm saying, I was so good at the streets that I understand that you got to get out of the streets. And people who in the streets don't have the knowledge to get out. Because if you knew better, you would do better.
I think that some of us have the knowledge. It's just not that easy.
What do you mean it's not that easy? All right. So I guess what Lee could also be saying is that it's not that easy because you get sometimes tied to the street, meaning you have a bunch of bodies on you. So when you have a bunch of bodies on you, then you have other people looking for you. Well, hey, it is what it is. If you're going in the street to make a whole pile of money, what was the purpose of going in the street anyways? That's my question to people who are say them in the streets and them that you can't get out of the streets. What was the purpose of getting in the streets then? I thought the purpose of going in the streets is so that you make so much money that you can get out. Now, one caveat here. The truth is that Wayne does also have talent. So we have to remember that Wayne has talent. And talent work a little bit different because you can rest on talent, right? I've been able to be fortunate enough to rest on talent a lot of times. It is something else because I've seen exactly how it works for me with talent versus other people that don't have talent. That may be on the same trajectory, but me just have some more talent than they do. So I'm able to use talent to circumvent a whole lot of things or to get a quicker route. That is also true. So maybe that's the point that D is making. You know what I mean? But Street Olympics.
I know it ain't that easy.
You know what I'm saying?
I know it ain't that easy because you know what? You got to put your hard work and dedication into yourself.
Oh, we definitely put hard work and dedication into it. Like I said, it's just different paths.
Car wash overpass. We're gonna talk about that. I want to get with you about that to talk more about that over thing, the hanging with the heater and everything.
Okay,
You gotta
cool.
get the heat, but you gotta be at. You gotta be at the car wash. I know when I had my nightclub, I was there every day. I wasn't sitting around just in the condo just talking about it. I was actually there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we appreciate
You remember my brother Prince Tay was at the club.
Gotcha. I'm out of here though.
Yeah, all right, well, you be good, boy. Yeah. Hey, man.
See, they don't appreciate what Wayne just said a while ago, but he's right. You have to be at this car wash for it to work. So what is happening with these guys is that them have these businesses, right? And Mike does the same thing as well. They start these businesses and they're not there running the business, but you're saying that you want the business to be successful. Well, if you're not putting enough effort into the business, how can it work? That is the actual point. Or if you haven't put in a system that is workable enough, then how can you expect it to work? Funny thing is that Wayne is actually dropping a few gems, but it's jumping over people's head because, again, it's fast money. People are looking for fast money, or them just looking to get rich in 2 seconds. Them start a business and they've made it. No wonder Mike lives the way he live, thinking that he made it. But he's basically the affluent poor. If you check Mike's life, he's the affluent poor. He never have money yet. He's always borrowing, right? He's always a debtor. It's not like him at the creditor that's loaning money, so he's always a debtor. Just think about this thing. And then Rafi have to always bail him out or something of the sort. D has been in the street for this long. He's made all of these monies, but I have not seen it translate to anything else. The funny thing is, Wayne is dropping some lines, but it's going over them head because, of course, hey, Street Olympics.
More blessings to you, bro.
Alright. Alright, my guy catch you, man. Just let me know when I need to pick that stuff up from the car wash.
All right. I'm out of here, bro.
Alright.
I couldn't wait for him to leave so I could talk about it.
So basically, it's still more pettiness from both of them. I guess I'll get into the other portion that Wayne is trying to get into. But I like the conversation because I feel like we have a lot of this street conversation in the black community. We have it a whole heap. Don't worry, the same things that Wayne get, I get the same thing from a bunch of different other people too at different times. Well, O'Neal, but you did this, but you never really, and it gets old. It just gets old to tell you how much time you sleep on the ground, or how much time you sleep without food or what. It gets old. No one wants to talk about that. We want to talk about exactly where are you going to. I don't think it evolves the black communities, and that's exactly why I don't like get involved in Street Olympics. Because Street Olympics, it gets nowhere. It's Street Olympics, basically. That's what it is. Let me stop. Let me ask you, the audience out there. Have you ever been involved in Street Olympics? That's the question. That is the question this morning. Have you ever been involved in the Street Olympics? How have you handled the Street Olympics? How do you handle when the Street Olympics come about and people decide that they're going to try to make or pass remarks or try to clown you because of whatever it is? They think that they've been in the streets more or they've gone through more hardship or they've suffered more than anybody else. Give me a take, like, share, comment, subscribe, and talk to y'all soon.